Alright guys, Mike Ike MTG back at it again. And like I said at the end of the last video, we were going to pick up that starter bundle. So that's what we've done here. That's what these gems are about. So got that starter bundle. Guys, if you're going to spend any money in this game at all, and you don't have to. You can play, be free to play, and you get a bunch of cards, and you'll earn gold. It's just going to be a slow grind, just like any of these other mobile games, right? You can play free to play. You can put together decent decks. You can play. You can be competitive and have fun. You don't have to spend money on this game. But if you are going to spend money on the game, the place to start is with that $5 starter. Again, you get 2,500 of the gems. If you go and look at what the gems are worth by themselves, here's 1,600 gems. Even with this, even $15, right? That gets you to what, $23.50, something like that. So it's more than $15 value in just the gems alone. And then if you look at packs, you get 5 packs, so what do you want to call that? Seems like they're saying each pack's worth 200 gems, so 800 gems worth of packs. Really great deal. Really great deal. And you also, I believe, open up an avatar. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. And you might get a deck backing or sleeves. Let's see. No. I don't know why I was thinking you unlock sleeves and stuff. Anyway, still really good value. Alright, let's go through this. So this is all 5 sets that are currently legal and standard. That's what you get. So let's see what we get. We do have creatures in here that we are looking for a deck. We did not hit them though. They are uncommon, so it's a good card though. Already unlocked. Just so you guys know, I guess I haven't gone over this. Whenever you get these, this is those wild cards that you unlock, right? And then as you open boosters, you also have these wild cards that you unlock. So pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. 03 for 3, so pretty expensive for that, but Defender and Reach. So Defender's kind of a drawback, but obviously you're 03, so it doesn't matter. Reach is nice, but creatures you control have haste. That's an interesting card, at least. Blood Price. Funny, I didn't know this was actually a name of a card. And the deck that I've built, that's a black-white deck, is actually called, I named it Blood Price, which is funny because it doesn't run this card. 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. In any order, you lose 2 life. Decent card. I actually do run a lose life to draw cards. This one's better in that you get to look at the top 4 and put 2 of them, but it is one more expensive. And then the one that I run, I'm forgetting the name of the card, but the one I run actually says target player, which is actually pretty interesting because I've won quite a few games off of getting my opponent down to like 2 or 4 life and having 1 or 2 of them in my hand and just targeting them and just straight up killing them. So I wouldn't substitute out for that one. The card I'm running I feel is better. Destroy target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tab, then shuffle and draw a card. Interesting. There are some pretty crazy lands right now that are just insane. Ones that can turn to creatures and all sorts of stuff. And so being able to turn that into just a basic land for your opponent and then getting to draw a card off of that. But another thing to think about is, like, in our deck that we're running right now, that we've been using in Standard, you could use this to play a land, then play this to destroy the land you just played, so you got your landfall off of that, throw another land in on top of it. So this is a way to get another land, and then you still get to draw a card off of that. Be interesting. Most people probably wouldn't use it to destroy your own lands, but also if you, let's say we got in that situation where we were just at where you need either another green or another red, another forest or another mountain, this could be a cool way to switch in and basically treat one of your lands as an evolving wilds and go get the color you actually need. So, pretty good utility card. I might actually throw that in the deck we're using right now. Maybe like throw 2 of them in there or something. Choose one or both. These ones always crack me up, right? Choose one or both. Like, I guess it says or both. That way it doesn't stop you if you can't do one or the other, but you're always going to do both if you can. Alright, let's see what a rare is. Haven't seen this one before. It's a Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard. Okay, pretty cool for if you're doing those party decks. I'm not a big fan of those, but play a kicker fee if you do. Shares a creature type with it from among them into your hand. Meh. Might actually have some play in maybe a commander deck, like an elf commander deck. Let you kind of search for an elf you're looking for. Alright, so that's that one. Let's go to this. This set, again, we're looking for a couple cards from this for a deck, and again, we missed them all. The one is just a common, so kind of stinks. Alright, nothing too interesting here. This is a pretty interesting creature. Doesn't get played a lot right now. The card's not worth that much, but I actually think it has some potential, right? 3/3 with flying. Okay, when it enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another creature card from your graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control other than Resplendent Marshal that shares a creature type with the exiled card. So if you're running like a white-black angel deck or something, this could be an interesting card. Kind of surprised it doesn't see more play. Maybe it does in the white-black angel decks that are popular right now, but I've played against a few of them and have not seen that card, but I think that card might be interesting. Could just be a case that there's better stuff that's just better in slot, and that's why it doesn't seem play, but at least it seems interesting to me. Alright, Strixhaven, again, there's a couple cards in here that the deck I would like to run. Runs, let's see if we can get them. Exile target creature, exile. Wow, that is expensive. 6 cost exile target creature. It messes with the graveyard a little bit, but man, that is not worth 6. No way in the world is that worth 6. Watch, there's probably some combo deck or something that runs that. People are like, oh. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm just getting back into Magic. So while I have been playing on here, I'm up to platinum, or no, diamond, whatever the second highest ranking is in Magic on Magic the Gathering Arena and Standard on my main account, but I still think even at that rating, I'm not seeing like the super power decks. So, there could be cards that we're looking at that are really good, and I just don't see the potential in them. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, or a card from the graveyard. Exile that card. You lose 1 life. Not the best. Here we go. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card for 5. I mean, I guess it's nice that other colors that don't usually have access to exile can take that, but meh. 5 exile, they get to draw a card. So much better stuff that does that same thing and doesn't have the opponent draw a card. Card in your grave. It could be interesting, and you know, if you have stuff with flashback or something, or other graveyard plays. This is a really interesting card, guys. I have come across a few decks. Now, I haven't been beaten by any of these decks, but I have come across a few decks that their whole deck is about this card. What it says is it deals 3 damage to each opponent. You may exile it, and you may exile Dragon's Approach and 4 cards named Dragon's Approach from your graveyard. If you do, search your library for a dragon creature, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. A deck can have any number of cards named Dragon's Approach. So, pretty interesting. I've seen guys just run, like I said, run decks that are just this card. And, you know, maybe a couple like Spark or a couple of the other ones, like low cost damage spells that can, you know, kind of keep the board clean until this can go off in bringing in a dragon creature. Pretty interesting. Now, I'm not super familiar with the commander rules, but I kind of wonder if maybe there's a commander deck here. If this stipulation at the bottom that a deck can have any number of cards named Dragon's Approach can be run in some kind of commander deck, where you just run a bunch of these. There you're dealing with a lot, you know. I guess usually I don't play like one-on-one commander. I'm used to like a group-focused commander where just a bunch of guys sit together and we're not talking about super broken like turn 3 winning combo commander decks. I kind of wonder if there is, at least in multiplayer commander, if there's some kind of build where this card is actually like pretty good in it. You know, just run a bunch of like the big, stupid, expensive dragons, and then run a bunch of these, and you just, every time he comes out, deals 3 damage to each opponent. So in multiplayer, you're dealing more damage, and then you get big, stupid dragons out pretty easy. I might fool with that and see if I can come up with a cool commander deck with that. If I do, and I have some success with it, I'll make sure I do a deck breakdown in on the channel. Like I said, this channel is not going to be just Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm hoping to do some physical stuff. I'd like to get to the point where I'm doing some like box breakings, you know, that kind of stuff, cracking boosters, and some deck builds. A lot of the deck builds will be on here, but like for Commander, that would obviously not be on here. So, all right, going to the next set. I actually love this set. A lot of people don't like this set, but since I kind of played D&D a lot back in the day, I just this set, I don't, you know, maybe not power wise, but just, you know, it has that D&D feel, and some of the cards are just really cool, especially like the scrap art ones. I don't know what you would want to call it, like the scroll art ones, like pretty neat. This is a really good common, by the way, guys. If you pull this in real life or pull it in here, there's a lot of decks that use this card. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Interesting. This is one of the white cards that can deal with enchantments. There is one that's better that I usually run in my white deck. There's another 2-drop that's a 3/1 that has sacrifice creature. Pay 1, sacrifice this creature to destroy target artifact or enchantment. But if you are new to the game, new to starting your collection, you happen to pull this and you're looking for something that can help you at least deal with the rampant enchantments that are in the game right now, this card has it. Plus it gives you the option to gain life or exile, so it's got some utility. I always like cards with utility, and in the white decks, Cleric right now is a big keyword, and it does have that. So, oh, Den of Bugbear. If you control 2 or more other lands it enters the battlefield tapped. I can just add 1 red, 3/4. 4 costs until end of turn. Then the Bugbear becomes a 3/2 red goblin creature with whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that is tapped and attacking. It is still a land. So this is what I was kind of talking about with that one card that has land removal. If your opponent had something like this out, there's better lands. But if they had something like this out and you had that card in hand, you could just destroy it and it turns into a basic land, and then you don't have to worry about it doing janky stuff later. Choose 1. Until end of turn, target creature you control has the base power and toughness, becomes this creature type and gains the ability. I've always thought this was kind of an interesting card, just because it gives you a lot of options. I don't know what kind of decks you'd be running in it, but any card that gives you options, really nice, right? It costs 1. Your opponent throws out a kill spell. Sweet, you throw this down and turn them into the 1/3 turtle with hexproof. Don't have to worry about it. You don't have any answer to flying. You're trying to stall for a couple turns. Boom, turn your creature into a 1/5 spider with reach, or you have a small token, and you need to get some damage to go 3/3 elephant with trample. Pretty interesting card, at least. Here's one of the counter spells that blue can rock right now. Again, card with utility. There is cheaper counter spells, which is probably why I don't see this card that much, but it does have utility where you can cycle cards as well. Alright, last booster. Let's see what we get. Alright, Dreadhound. This battlefield mill 3 cards whenever a creature dies. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Most of these cards we've had access to. When devoted, grab the battlefield, mill 2 cards. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, tap target creature you don't control. Departed Soul Keeper can block only creatures with flying. Okay. Yeah, not a big fan of that one either. And got this one again. Oh no, sorry. Looks very close to the art of the other one that we got last time. This is actually different. This isn't a creature. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste until end of turn. Flashback cost of 4. It's actually a pretty decent card. I like that. Right? You just putting 2 +1/+1 counters on something, and then you're giving it Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste. That's pretty awesome. And Flashback means that, got an extra card that you can use again, and its flashback card cost isn't ridiculous. In fact, I think if this card was costed at that price, it would still be a pretty good card. So definitely, if you're playing white-red, that's probably a card you should be looking at. All right, so we cracked those. Got 2,500 gems that are trying to burn a hole in my pocket, just to show you some of the stuff you can do with gens. Yeah, I haven't done this, so maybe we'll look into that at some point. But it's these drafts, guys. You can spend, right? Some of them are a little cheaper than others. So this is a traditional draft. If you go into okay, you go into this, and you go into like jump in quick draft. Quick draft is going to be cheaper, and this is where you're drafting against a bot, and so then you can pick your decks. Pretty interesting. If you can get up to 6 wins, get your money back. We might try one of these just because we, like I said, I think the season is coming up. The end of the season is coming up, and let me see where the seasons are. Profile. Yeah, it ends in 4 days, and if we do limit it, we kind of could get this worked up. Although 750 gems, you'll get 3 boosters. So the nice thing about that is you crack 3 boosters that you get to keep, right? So for 750 gems as opposed to 600, we'll get 3. You're guaranteed. I think you automatically, even if you get 1 win, I think it is, or maybe even no wins, you get 1 booster, and then you'd rank into bronze and get another booster. So yeah, we're definitely going to do at least one of those. Maybe we'll do that now. Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's do. You know what? We'll hold off. We'll do a separate video for that draft. We'll just play our normal standard. I do want to actually throw that new card in this deck we're running. All right. I actually really, really like that one card that we got. I think it just gives us some real utility. I know this card's been good to us. Now we'll leave it in. The trample's a big deal. I just don't know what to pull out to throw this in. This seems like it's out of place. I know it's a good card, but it seems like it's out of place. So we'll pull that out. Let's see, where is it? I wasn't talking about this card. I was talking about... Gosh, I don't remember what it was called. What was that card called? This one. Alright. And it's a common. So we're actually going to throw... two of them in. We're going to use a wild card. Common wild card. We've got 12 of them. And we're going to run this deck at 61. I don't mind running 1 or 2 cards over. I know some people are really anal about not running over, but I think 1 or 2 cards doesn't change the odds that much for the consistency of your deck, and sometimes it's worth it just to have that extra card that you have utility with. Alright. Yeah, we'll rock this. Got him, so we can get the pumps going. Got a shock. We've got slow build up the stuff, so yeah. So this guy has worked on his mastery, so he should actually have a decent deck. So green, black. Okay. Depending on whether he throws a creature out or not, will determine whether we throw Evolving Wilds. No, I guess we still do Evolving Wilds, because shock only costs 1. I mean, I'm just assuming he's going to throw something out that's... The big question is, do we do Evolving Wilds now? Or do we save it until we have... I think we actually save it for now. Okay. Alright. Would like to draw up some other creature. That's the only problem I got right now. So we could get this interesting combo where we could play 1, 2, 3, 4 lands in a turn. So we really needed to pump something. I mean, that would pump him up to an 8-9. That'd be pretty crazy. It'd be nice if we had multiple landfall creatures when we got to do that, though. Alright, here comes a kill spell. Alright, I'm totally okay with him wasting a kill spell on an 0-1 and using all his mana. So we are obviously in the same spot he is, where he doesn't either have enough mana to cast his creature spells or doesn't have any creature spells. I'm kind of in this spot where I don't have any creature spells. Hopefully this isn't a game where we get land flooded. Does happen. Ranger class, don't like to see that. Ranger class, really good card, by the way. And what are we gonna do here? Get rid of that for now. I mean, if we don't see a creature here soon, this this game's gonna get out of hand. Get the right one though, and we'll be in good position. We get that one, the one that gives the plant tokens out. If we get him, we could have him out next turn, or 2 turns from now, and then do this little combo, and it would be ridiculous. Just fill the boards. Alright. The shuffler was broken this turn. How many cards are we in now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 creature and 12 cards. Luckily it seems like my opponent's struggling too, so against like a faster deck or a deck that wasn't having the same difficulties I was, we'd be in big trouble right now. Alright, there he goes. Got a creature. Okay. Need a... just all mana. Like, I don't know what to do here. Thing is, he's probably sitting on kill spells too. So, like, unless we get lucky and run into a bunch of creature cards here, we're gonna be in trouble. This guy's probably thinking I'm running one of these crazy decks that doesn't run creatures. There's a couple decks out there right now that doesn't really run, like, they don't really run creatures. Some of them are actually pretty brutal. I think we're in bad shape here. If we don't get a creature card on this draw, guys, I think we're just going to concede and jump to the next match, because this one is not going our way. Surprised our opponent didn't level that up. Seems like a waste. Probably holding on to a kill spell. Alright. Hey! Got something. Hopefully he doesn't have an outright kill spell. That would be unfortunate. So here's the thing that stinks. When he dies, he's just gonna create four creatures that are 4/4s. Which is why I think this card's actually really good. Because it comes out as a 3/3, and you kill it, and it automatically gets 3/3. You know, 3/3s. Because when it dies, X black, create X black, where X is the number. Yeah. All right. I mean, like I said, he's got the kill spells. There's another one that I was talking about. Here's a two costed kill spell. It's just, you know, yeah, it has the downside of no angel, demon, devil, or dragon, but just gets dumb. Gets a +1/+1 token. Should have done that last turn. I don't understand why he didn't. Guess he was saving that kill spell, but yeah. Alright. There you go. That was a rough one. Just got really weird draws there. Don't want to end the video on that, so we're definitely going to jump into another match here, guys. Alright, this looks a little bit better, so let's do it. We can get this guy out. Got that to deal with it. Yeah. Interesting enough, though. So here's the interesting enough, but also the problem with running these creatures that are like this is that, you know, now we gotta decide. Actually, the creature we just drew makes it easy to decide because we can play him turn 1, right? But I think either of these probably don't fit into the deck. They're both good cards, but like if you're really going for this landfall thing, both of these probably don't fit. Because sometimes it is hard to get, you know, one, let alone two of one of the colors in a two-sided deck. Alright, another black-green opponent. Okay. Be a 2/2. Not really sweating that. Alright. Get that out. Get that out. Swing. Get him out next turn, or we could Rabid Bite. This is the only creature he has out. We probably Rabid Bite instead of bringing him in. Alright. Throw the mountain out. Alright. Can't deal with this right now. But we can swing with both. So that's what we're going to do. And hope he's dumb enough to block. Let's see. Dumb enough to block. I don't understand these guys sometimes. There we go. I love this card. This card is so good. I lost in like upper tier game because my opponent had 3 of these in his first couple cards, and he just ran over me. I mean, it was just insane. Especially when we start doing like the Evolving Wilds jank and some of those other cards. Alright, cool, he's gonna do that, that's fine. Alright. Hey, alright, so now we go here. Get him out. We'll throw him out for now. Right. Get these guys going. Got this next turn, so he can go. I like this guy too. If he had haste like the other one, he'd be stupid good too. We've got this for anything. I mean, you can only deal with stuff that's power 3 or toughness 3, but and unfortunately, if we have to use this, we won't be able to use this turn. Unless we top deck a force here, and honestly, I'd rather not. Okay. Interesting call by my opponent there. We did top deck a forest. Yeah. Go to this guy. See what happens next turn. We can get this out, pump him to the 2/3, and then pump him with this to turn him into a 5/3. Alright, just concede it. Okay, cool. Got another win, guys. The beginning of this video was a little interesting with us just cracking some packs, so a little different than what our other videos have been. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Claim our prize here. So here's the part, yeah, so we get to 10, and then we stop getting the XP that you're earning towards this. So, I think the rest of these are cards. Maybe one of them's gold, which is, still reason to play, but especially early on. But later on, it might not be worth, unless you're just enjoying the game and playing. So, ranking up, whatnot. Anyway, guys, that's where we're gonna end this video. Again, if you guys could give me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, it really help me out getting this channel going. We got a lot of cool things planned for the future of this channel, and gonna be here. Right now, we're shooting for a video every day, so come back every day and watch a video, guys. Next video, we're gonna go ahead and do that one draft. Not gonna promise it's gonna be good. Not super familiar with the what is the right way to build a draft deck. It's been a while since I've done draft, so probably end horrible, but whatever, it'll be fun, and it's definitely worth the $750 because you get the 3 boosters, which is the same price as 6, and then you end up with a 4th. So remember, I said the boosters cost about 200 gems. So just by playing, it's actually better than buying boosters straight up, if you're okay with the set that the draft is in. And then for us, it'll also unlock bronze level for the constructed, which will get us another booster when the season ends in a couple days. But anyway, guys, again, really appreciate it. This has been Mike Ike, MTG, signing off for the day. Hope you guys have a great day.